Hello, this is D, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and its abysmal 4 out of 10 review from IGN. Now, it always appears that any type of Microsoft game, when it gets reviewed, it gets deducted 1 to 2 points just for being on the Xbox platform. And a lot of Xbox fans, they say to me that I don't defend Xbox when it needs to be defended, especially recently when I was defending Spider-Man, which I thought was a good game. So today I'm gonna do what they say is keep the same energy. And we gotta go in on IGN and their abysmal review of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Now, first of all, Modern Warfare 3 is Sony's best-selling title every year. So if you want your platform to grow, you're gonna need that Call of Duty money. So I don't understand why you guys are praying for the downfall of the game. First of all, this holiday season, they're bundling this game with a lot of PlayStation 5 systems. So they're expecting this game to push systems. So anybody just wanting the downfall of this game, I got some news for you. It's not gonna happen. Now, Modern Warfare 3 being reviewed at a 4 on IGN is absolutely absurd. Unbelievable. This game is definitely not a 4. Now, when you look at their rating of games, look at UFC 5. They gave that game a 9 out of 10. Now, I enjoy the UFC games, but this game is no 9 out of 10. This one is truly a reskin. They didn't really add too much outside of the presentation to this game. It's not a 9. I think it's a solid 7.5 maybe. You can argue for an 8. It's not a 9. And then we look at Quantum Error. That game was horrible. Everybody universally said the game was garbage. Yet IGN gave it a 5 out of 10. And if you don't know how to count or your quick math suck, 5 is higher than 4. So in essence, IGN is saying that Quantum Error is better than Call of Duty's campaign. Make it make sense. It's unbelievable. Now, I see that King's Blood Gaming, he actually tweeted out that Xbox gamers, they like to scream victimhood all the time. And where were they last year when Call of Duty Modern Warfare got rated a 6? Now, I'll answer this question. To be fair, a lot of Xbox fans last year probably weren't as on it because Microsoft didn't own it. Let's just call a spade a spade. But now that Microsoft owns Activision and essentially owns this game, all of a sudden it used to get 6s and 7s, which I still think is outrageous. It now gets a 4, which is that 1 to 2 point Xbox deduction that you get automatically from reviewers. It's unbelievable. Now, whether you hate or like Call of Duty, I think objectively we can say that the game is definitely not a 4 out of 10. Now, these sites do this type of stuff because they want the clicks. And next week, they're going to review the multiplayer, and I bet they give it an 8 or a 9. It's ridiculous. Why are you reviewing the single-player campaign separate from the multiplayer? You should be reviewing the game in its entirety, everything that it has to offer. That is a proper review, not splitting up the campaign. Are they going to split up multiplayer and the zombie mode? Like, what are we doing here? Give the game its overall review. Now, if parts of the game aren't out, wait until the full game is out or you have access to the multiplayer in order to review the game. Another problem that I have with IGN is that a lot of their reviewers don't seem to like the genre that they're reviewing. Now, whoever delegates the work out to these reviewers, make sure that you're getting reviewers that play those games. Don't have a RPG guy playing first-person shooters or a first-person shooter guy reviewing RPG games. Don't have a fantasy game guy reviewing sports games. Make sure that the proper people are reviewing this game. Now, if I'm a huge fan of RPGs and I don't mess with first-person shooters, I'm clearly going to give it a lower score than an RPG game because it's not really a game that I mess with. So there's a lot of things I don't understand. I don't have other things to compare it to because I don't play that genre. So it doesn't make sense having some of these people review these games that don't play these games. And I've seen that happen over and over again. Now, I'm not quite sure on this person who is reviewing this game. I believe their name is Simon Carley. I don't know if they actually play Call of Duty games. So I'm not saying it to this person specifically. But I know that they do that because I have seen reviews stating that. But for this game to get a 4 out of 10 is just outrageous. And I can understand why Xbox fans are upset about this, because suddenly now that this game is owned by Microsoft, that it's on the Xbox platform, that's going to be in Game Pass next year, it's suddenly garbage now, and it's getting a 4 out of 10 rating. And yes, it got 6 and 7s before, which I think is outrageous. Like last year's game, how are you rating it a 6? When it was one of the best Call of Duties of all time. The story was fantastic. The graphics looked great. This year's game, it looks fantastic. It looks better than last year's game. Now, some people are saying it's DLC, and I can see that argument because some PlayStation users were asked to put the Modern Warfare 2 disc in. On PC, in order to play this game, you need to have the base game. So I can see some people thinking that this game is DLC. But it's Call of Duty. We're not expecting this to be a 15-hour campaign. We know that Call of Duty games are short. We buy this game for the full Call of Duty experience, which is the single-player campaign, which is zombies, which is multiplayer, which is Warzone. This game has so much to offer. The multiplayer is what really keeps us playing this game. People are going to be playing this game till next year's new game comes out. So to give this game a 4 out of 10, the campaign is just ridiculous. And a lot of people are not going to realize that it's just a campaign that they're reviewing here. They're just going to see this circulating the internet and think that the game is trash because it got a 4 out of 10. Meanwhile, they're only rating the campaign. And I played the campaign. Before I made this video, I said, let me play the campaign. Maybe it is garbage. Maybe it really isn't good. And maybe the score is justified. So I don't want to jump the gun. Let me play the game for myself. And I got to say, after playing the game for about an hour and a half, the game is good. It is Call of Duty. What were you expecting? Does it look like last year's game? Sorta. But it looks better. And it's continuing the storyline. We have sports games that come out every year. We have Spider-Man. We have Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2. The games look similar. Are you penalizing those games because they look similar? Miles Morales, a lot of people thought it was DLC. I even said that comment that it was DLC. I played the game. It might have been DLC, but it was still really good. And it didn't justify giving it a low score because it was a little bit shorter on the story side. So my point is that IGN, I don't want to discredit the people over there that do good work, because not everybody over there does poor work. But clearly there is a problem there. A lot of people don't like IGN. They don't like their reviews. And to be honest with you, a lot of the gaming community doesn't take their reviews seriously. You need to have proper people reviewing your games. Now, when ACG comes out and he does a review, nobody questions his reviews because they know that he's thorough and he's going to be fair and just. When IGN reviews come out, you're like, I don't know. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Am I going to need popcorn? It's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't blame Xbox fans for being upset. And I think it's about time that we hold these journalists responsible for their lackluster reviews. The reviews that are just biased or based on their feelings. And let's just be honest, there's a lot of Sony fans rampant over at IGN. We've known this for years, and people can deny it all they want, but the proof is in the pudding. All of a sudden, Call of Duty is now owned by Microsoft, and it was getting 6 and 7s for its campaign, and now suddenly it's a 4 when nothing has really changed from the formula. It's a new story. It looks better. We have a new team working on this game, Sledgehammer. We have a new Warzone. We have zombies. It's going to be a phenomenal game that people will be playing until the next one comes out. And to you Sony fans out there that are praying for the downfall of this game, it makes no sense. This game is the #1 selling game on Sony's platform every year. This generates revenue for Sony. This is going to move consoles for Sony. Sony is bundling this game with PlayStation 5s. So you're just weird praying for the downfall of this game when it actually helps your platform. It just makes no sense. I'm kind of tired of this debate between PlayStation and Xbox. Just enjoy good games. If a game is a true stinker, fine, go at it. But when a game is good and you just want to downplay it for the sake of console wars, it's just ridiculous. Now, personally, I think the game looks better than last year's. I can understand some people saying that it might be DLC. The campaign, it's 4 to 5 hours long. It might be a bit on the short side, but this is what we know with Call of Duty. It's never been known to have 15-hour campaigns. It is COD. So if you love COD, you're going to love this game. I don't think it's a 4 like IGN said. Playing it so far, I got it about a 7, at least a 7. I need to play more to see how epic some of these scenes are going to be and the scale of some of these battles. But right now, playing in an hour and a half, it's at least a decent 7. Stop rating the story separate. Rate the game in its entirety with all its multiplayer components with zombie. That is the only way to give this game a fair rating. It's not Xbox's fault if this campaign is not as good as previous years. Microsoft had nothing to do with that. This game was in development before Microsoft purchased Activision. Make it make sense. And it's fine for Xbox fans to be happy that Call of Duty is now on the Xbox platform, that Microsoft owns them, because next year they're going to be getting these games in the Game Pass service. But at the same time, you cannot blame Xbox for this game because they had nothing to do with the production of it. They just acquired the company. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Like I said, I think it's nonsense. I definitely think that the single player campaign is not a 4 out of 10. I think that IGN is just doing this for clicks. I think that you should play this game for yourself and find out. If you want to play this game right now, you can play it if you pre-order the game. It unlocks the campaign before the release date next week. So try the game out for yourself. Watch a couple of videos. Watch some of the people that you trust. Watch some of the true Call of Duty fans play this game and take their opinion, not IGN's 4 out of 10. Anyways, like I usually say, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.